Good evening, everyone. This is BremSter coming to you with the next puzzle in the Hamilton Sudoku series. This is Meet Me Inside by George Washington. And this is another one where I picked the puzzle that was going to be shown tonight because this is the first time I've seen, the night that this comes out will be the first time I've seen Hamilton in another country. And it will be the first time I've seen Hamilton in a stadium, possibly the first time anyone's seen Hamilton in a stadium as a buying person. I don't think it's been shown in a stadium before. It's very, very weird. And it's going to be one of the last times I see Hamilton for a very, very long time. So this is going to be an emotional evening for me. Will be seeing Hamilton again before I leave New Zealand. I have more than one set of tickets. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a weird one for me. So if you're not a fan of the musical Hamilton or musicals at all, don't worry. These are just puzzles, and you can solve the puzzles and enjoy them without completely ignoring the theme. But, we all know that when you do things that annoy the boss, that you get called into a meeting, and that's kind of what this one is about. Although not all meetings end this well. But they start interestingly as well. So, let's just look at the puzzle, shall we? Meet Me Inside by George Washington. If you're wondering about how this was set by George Washington, all of the puzzles in this series were set anonymously, and the setters are listed as people from the musical. I think it's a great idea. I do not know who's responsible for any of these puzzles, and the fact that these have been created for me to be able to record generally fairly quickly as puzzles I can do for when I was under time pressure, mostly involved with the show. It's great, and doing this set of 10 while I'm going to see Hamilton for the last time. Absolutely fantastic, but I am frenetically recording so I can get on a plane, which, great stuff. But hopefully you will continue to get daily puzzles. I should be able to schedule everything before I go. So, Meet Me Inside by George Washington. The rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. That's normal Sudoku rules. And this is a variant on the outside constraint, which is one of my favorite constraints. This one says that numbers outside the grid indicate that those digits are found in the second box from the clue in that row or column. So the way I take that to mean is because this clue up here is a 7, 8, the 7, 8 must appear, the digits 7 and 8 must appear in those 3 cells. A 6 here means the 6 must appear in those 3 cells. 6, 9 means 6 and 9 must appear in those 3 cells. So the second box in the column. And for a row, the row, a 1 here means 1 must appear here. 8, 9 must appear here. The clues could really have appeared on either side. So that's a bit of a weird one. I've not seen this. Outside normally means in the first 3 cells, not the second set of 3 cells, but that's cool. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So we know that, I could literally just go through and pencil mark triples, but I'm going to look for something a little bit more constraining than that, which would be these 6s. So the 6 at the top and the 6 here means that the 6 has to be in these 3 cells from the 6 at the top of the grid, and this 6 means that 6 has to be in these 3 cells. So this has to be the 6, and that means that this clue here is done. And these clues here are 4 and 5, and I should just pencil mark the triples. This is 7, 8, 9, this is 1, 2, 3, but they're all of the triples I get. Now, if this is 7, 8, 9, this can't be 7 because the 7 has to appear in those 3 cells. So that's not the 7. And this is not the 9 because the 9 has to appear in those 3 cells. So that's not the 9. But, 4 has to appear in those 3 cells. So putting them at the top and bottom means that you've got to scan up and down. 4 has to appear in those 3 cells because of the 4 at the bottom. So that's the 4 and that's the 5. 1 and 2 have to appear in these cells, but I've got a 6 here. So this is 1 and 2. Oh, of course, this is a triple. This is a 4, 7, 8 triple because I've got digits at the top and the bottom. Can I do that anywhere else? The 7 here is a redundant clue because that 7 is just telling me, this is weird. Okay. Okay. Very strange. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the 10 dual commandments. Right, of course. This is the 10 dual commandments leading into... Right. And there's probably a whole bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, okay, yep, I see. This is very cool. So they've played, whoever has set this has played with the 10 dual commandments and has other digit things in here. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted by the digits and I'm not actually doing anything. So this 1 means that 1 has to be in those 3 cells, but the 1 down here means that 1 has to be in those 3 cells. So this is the 1 and this is the 2. These are 3 and 9, but this 9 means that 9 has to be in those 3 cells. So this is the 9 and this is the 3. This 8 means 8 is in here. So this is the 8 and this is the 7. And it is very, very weird in an outside to do the central box first, but it kind of makes sense for this one. So now we know 5 and 6 have to be in here, but we can't put 5 or 6 in that cell. So this is a 5-6 pair. 3 has to be in one of those 2. 4 has to be in one of those 2. 1 has to be in one of those 2, and 2 has to be in one of those 2. But the 1, yeah, that's okay. 8 is in one of these. So this is 3, 4, 8. Actually, I should have marked that immediately. And this is 5, 6, 9. And this is 3, 4, 8. So this is 4, 8. This is 3, 8. And this is 3, 4. So that's cool, I suppose. And these are 1, 2, and 7. I can't put 1 at the top. I can't put 1 or 7. This is 2. I can't put 2 in either of those. And this is a 1, 7. Okay. That puts a 1 in one of those 2. 6 is in one of those 2, because 6 has to be in one of those, but it can't be here. 4 is not in any of those, so 4 is in one of those 2. 2 is in, oh, this is a 2, 6 pair, because this 6 puts 6 in one of these 2 because 6 can't be there, and 2 puts 2 in one of these 2 as well because 2 can't be there. So this is a quadruple. Well, 1 is in one of those 2, which means this is not the 1 and this is the 1, because 1 can't be there or in any cell that is already not a 1. 1, 2, 3, not sure. So these are 1, 3, 4, 5. So this is 3 or 5. Well, the 1, 2 here looks up, making that a 3, which means this is the 5. There's no 3 in those. And this is now 1, 3, 4. This is not the 4, this is not the 3, and this is not the 1. Okay. Puts 1 in one of those 2. This is actually a triple. 1. Oh, this is cool. No, maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 3, 9. Well, that's not the 3 because the 3 has to be in one of those 2. And 9 has to be in one of these. Actually, 9 is right there because 9 has to be in one of those 3 because of the 6, 9 clue. But those 2 9s see those ones. So that's a 9. This becomes a 1. There is no 1 there and there is no 1 there. Actually, I could have taken the 1 out of there because of that. I'm scanning badly, but this is a very, very weird constraint. This is now 3, 6, and I could have done this as a 3, 6, 9 triple by combining those 2 clues. I know 4 and 7 are in here. So 4 is in one of those 2, 7 is in one of those 2, which means 4 is up here as well, but it can't be up there because 4 here has to be in one of those. So 4 is in one of those 2. This is very, very strange. I should be marking clues that are done. This 1 is done, the 8, 9 is done, the 7 is done, the 6 is done. The 4, I'm not going to mark the 4 as done until I've got it down to pencil marks like this. The 1 and 2 are done. The 4 is done. The 9 is done. The 8 is done. The 2 is done. The 7, 8, 9 is done. The 4, 5, 6 is done. The 1, 2, 3 are done. The 1 and the 2 are done. The 3 and the 4 are done. The 5 and the 6 are done. The 7 and the 8 is done. The 9 is done. The 6 and the 9 is done. So I'm going to mark those ones as done. Now 5 actually is placed for this one because 5 is in those 3, but these two 5s place it right there. So this 5 clue is now done. Oh, this 3 looks down, making this 4, which makes this 1, which makes this 3. The 1 looks up, making this 2 and this 1. Four. These are from 6, 7, 8, 9. Because they can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So these are from 6, 7, 8, 9. They must contain a 9, but I can't put a 9 there because of that 9. This can't be 7 or 8. Wait a minute, that 8 looks down, making that 9, which means that's not 9, which means this is not 9, this is 6, which means there's no 6 here. This has to be the 9 because I've got to put a 9 in there somewhere. The 6 looks down, making this 2, which makes this 6. That's a 7, 8 pair now. This has to be 7 or 8 because this 4 is looking up, making that the 4. That was probably there before. This is very cool. So this 9 clue is now done. This 4 clue is now done. So the only clues that are not done is this 4 and 7, I think. Which will be done the minute I scan this properly. 1 is in one of those 2. So 4 and 7. So 1 could go in any of those, I think. So what can these be? 1, 2. They can't be 3, can't be 4. 5, can't be 6, can't be 7. 1, 2, 5, and 8 are the only things that can go in there. We know 5 must go in there and not in the middle. So 5 is in one of those 2. That's not 2 or 8. So this is a 1 or a 5. And that's not a 1 or a 2. This is a 5 or an 8. Okay. I'm missing something in my scanning. I'm worried that this clue is a typo. Because it seems to be redundant. So we know 7 is up here. And it's not in the middle. So 7 is in one of those 2. 8 is up here. But it could be in any of them. This is a triple. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 2, 3, and 4, and there's a 3, 4 there. This is a 2. This is a 3, 4. This 3 makes this 4 and this 3. The 4 looks across saying that's not the 4, this is the 4. The 3 now puts 3 in one of those 2. Because the 3, 6 looks up, taking it out of there. Now, did that do anything else? I'm hoping. I've got to put a 2 right there, because that 2 sees those and that 2 sees all of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, got to put a 5 in here. So what is this quadruple? 5, 6, 8, 9. Well, there's no 9 there. There's no 8 there because this is a 3, 4, 8 triple. In fact, this is a 5, 6, 9 triple, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, these are 5, 6, and 9. And that can't be a 9. That's done a lot less than I thought. That's not a 5. Seven is in one of those two. Because, oh, that 7 has made that 8 and that 7. That's been there for ages, which made that 7 and that 8 invisible digits. There's probably other invisible digits I've completely missed. That 8 takes 8 out of there. So this is a quadruple now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 6, and 9. Now that can't be 3 because of that. It can't be 6 either. This is 2. Oh, and it can't be 9. This is 2. So there's no 2 in here. And now this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, that can't be 7 or 8. So that's the 5, taking 5 out of both of those. That means this is a 6 because the 5 is looking over, making that a 6, taking 6 out of both of those. That 5, 7, 8. Does that do anything? Wow, this has got another one with a sting at the end. This is a triple missing from this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's no 4 in those. So this is the 4. This is a 2, 3 pair. 2, 3 pair means that's the 9 and that's the 3. This is now 5, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 5, 9. 2, 3 means we know what these are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 go in here. That can't be 7 because 7 has to appear in here because of that clue. This is tricky. This 9 looks up taking 9 out of there. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, this 6. There's no 6 here. So it's 1, 5, 8. These are 1, 5, and 8. That's not floating my boat in any way that I am. Where is 6 in this row? Because of the 3, 6 pair, I can't put them there. It's already not in there. That can't be a 6 because of that, and that's a 2. This is a 6. This is a 5. The 5 looks across, making this a 1, and that is not a 1. That is not a 1. And now in this, that's a 5, 8 pair, which means this is a 1. Now that 1 looks back, making that a 7 and that a 1. That looks back, meaning that's not the 7. Where is the 7 in here? It is right there. 3, 6, 2, and 8. There's something in there I can remove. That 6 makes that a 3, which looks back, making this an 8, which looks up, making that a 4, which makes that a 3. The 8 looks across, making that a 2. The 3 looks across, making that a 6. And this row is missing 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 4. This is not the 4. This is a 5, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 5 and 8 go in there. Except this can't be a 5 for some reason. I've got no corner pencil mark on 5 there. Because this 5 clue puts 5 in that band. in that in this column in the middle. So that's the 5 and that's the 8. That makes this the 8, which makes this the 5. The 5 looks there, making that the 9. The 9 looks up, making that the 6, and this has to be the 8 to complete it. The 8 looks back, making this 7, so this is not 7. This 7 looks down, making this 8. The 8 looks across, making this 6, which looks across, making this 7. The 6 looks up, making this 3. Take 3 out of there, but the 3 jumps all the way down, making that 2 and that 3. This 9 jumps down here, making this 5 and this 9. And now I'm down to a single box. This 6 looks across, making this 9. What I'm missing from here is 5 and 6. I'll use that 6 to make that a 5 and that a 6. And that is the correct solution to meet me inside. That had some stings in it. Call me son one more time. That was great. Wow. That was a really cool puzzle. That was a really nice twist on the outside constraint as well. I was thinking that with all of the stuff being pressured in, because normally the outside clues are cluing every box except the center one. But with this, they were only cluing 5 boxes instead of 8. But it still had some really nice work, even with the given digits. Still don't know what that 7 is doing there. 1776 hidden somewhere in the grid somewhere, maybe. Very, very cool. Yeah. Like, actually, yeah, there's a few dates hidden in here. Oh, no, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's why it's there. So you've got this run of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's why it's there. Very, very cool. I like this one a lot. Thank you to whoever was setting under the name of George Washington for this one. And I've got a bunch more to record before I go away. So thank you, everyone. I hope I enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed the puzzle. I hope you are enjoying the series. I hope you're enjoying the channel. And as always, good luck with your solving.